Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you make it a goal to adore your body and accept yourself completely, you are learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow up 69, Nasdaq's flat, S&Ps are up 5, gold contract up $2.80, trading at $1,734 an ounce. Silver down 10 cents at $33.52 an ounce. Platinum up $12 at $1,605 an ounce. Copper flat at $3.70. Oil up 53 cents at $97.06 a barrel. Bonds down 4 ticks at $148.24. King dollar down 50 ticks at 79.84. They smoked that baby once again. Euro up 98 ticks, trading out at 128.56. And the yen is at 77.74. My phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, what do we have? We are at 1433. There's no juice up here, but it's hanging up here, folks. That's the bottom line. And I suspect what you're going to get out of this is that it's going to be a tiger butterfly to the upward side. A tiger butterfly to the this upward side. And it's going to be kind of neat because we're going to be able to gauge this off something else also. Is at approximately the 1460 area. So that's 27 points up there. That's a bigger number. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. This is what the Dow did out here today. Dow gets to a price point intraday of 13,354. The spike was the 13,338, which was the high that was generated on May 1st. Now, that high was generated May 1st to try to get into that high on the 21st rather of August. Couldn't do it. Tried to get into it last week a couple times. Couldn't do it. Get into it today. Pull back. Bottom line, I suspect this is going to spike it once again, and I'll show you why. Now, let's go over to the Nasdaq next, though. Nasdaq, we have with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq can't get out of its way. Why? Because Apple can't get out of its way. The Nasdaq is trading at 3104, and that 3104, basically got it. It never got over the highs of last April. Once you get back inside the 3100 level, well, you can make the argument then that, hey, listen, you're back inside the range, and that range, the bottom of that range is the 2700 area. If we go take a look at the NDX 100 and we use the 3 Qs, you're going to see just how intense Apple is weighing on the NDX 100 as well as the composite. The NDX 100 is already back inside that area. That got back inside the 68.88, did it today. Bottom line was that is saying that's a false break topside. That's the bottom line. We had gone over the swing point. We had done it with light of volume. Now you're back inside it. That's saying the NDX 100, guess what? It wants to move into lower price. Now, that all being said and done, let's go through what we're going to have happening now, okay? And this is there's a huge amount happening in the next 2 days. First one is going to be the German Supreme Court tomorrow morning. I believe that's going to be at 9 a.m. our time, okay? So it's before the markets open. What that's going to be about, folks, they're going to rule on the German Treasury basically putting money into the European Stabilization Mechanism. Now, the European Stabilization Mechanism, folks, is the European Permanent Bailout Fund. That's what they're calling it, okay? And the reason there's a ruling on it is because the Germans in particular, because of the way that inflation had wiped out their money before, this is printing money. That's the bottom line. Okay, so we'll see where that ruling goes. Now, with that, let's go over to the DAX. Okay, because this is the DAX. There's always something that's talking, walking, and squawking. and the DAX is doing it. So watch what happened out here today. The DAX goes up today, and it goes up 94 points. Okay? We are over the highs that were generated out there in March. And now, this also is doing a Tiger Gartley. Now, the neat thing here, and this is what's really neat, is that I suspect what we will see is that we will see first the DAX do it, and we'll be able to see how it comes into it, number one, and in fact, in this particular case, what I'm talking about also, folks, is that this would be actually a sell. It's a Tiger Gartley sell. So right now, the DAX is at 73.10. When it gets up to approximately 74.51, that's where that thing starts coming in play. I believe the number's a little bit higher, 74.51. It's probably around 74.70 or something. But bottom line, you can see, we'll be able to see how that operates at that level versus our own S&P. Well, the reason being is that the DAX will end up hitting there first. Now, so we have the German court tomorrow morning. We also have the Fed starting the two-day meeting tomorrow. So it goes from tomorrow to Thursday. And what the volatility, folks, is going to be in the currencies, in the metals, and in the market. And it's going to be wild, okay? There's just no two ways about it. Now, let's go over and we take a look at the gold market next. Now, so we have with gold is this. Gold today, 99,000 contracts. You're at 1734. Now, the way the gold market is set up, folks, it's like, okay, to me, it looks like it wants to spike the last swing high that was out here. When you get over one swing, it's like it wants to spike it. Now, the spike is 1792. The way it was trading today, though, it's like, oh, man, it can't even do that spike. So this is going to get, let's put it this way. My definition of a spike, by the way, folks, is this. It gets into it, it goes over it, split second, that's it. It gives it all up. Comes all the way back. Why? Because if you take a look at many of the gold equities. Well, first off, I'm going to go with Royal Gold, RGLD. Now, Royal Gold, strongest gold equities there is, right? Well, guess what? What Royal Gold had done last week is that it broke topside. Dramatically lighter volume, though, okay? I couldn't stand seeing this. If you get the gold report, you know that, because when this happens, folks, to the strongest gold stock, it's always dangerous that you'll come off those highs with volume. Now, we didn't come off the highs with volume, which is perfect, okay? But what you have is that it had gone topside to the 91.89 area, couldn't hold it. It's not back inside the lower range yet, okay? It's going to take something to get back inside that. But bottom line, it's trying to make its way down to that lower range. Right now, we're at the 87.60 area. Rheingold Resources. So both of these right now are the strongest golds out there. What you have with Rheingold, bottom line, is that Rheingold is coming into had a huge counter-trend bounce, okay? Just a beautiful counter-trend bounce, okay? Got up to the price point of 114 bucks. This is off a low of 74. And granted, it was coming back from $1.20, but bottom line, went up there. Well, guess what? The correlation is pretty sad, okay? We did it with 3 million shares versus 6 million, versus 9 million. So bottom line is that it's starting to pull back right now. Now, this equity loves wide expansions and contractions. This thing can get back to about $94 in a heartbeat. You start lining those up with the others that are inside that sector, they're all coming in on a weekly basis to where these downdrafts came. Okay? Now, let's go to the dollar index. Dollar index getting crushed, right? So, dollar goes down today another 50 ticks. We put the dollar index now, we put that back on a weekly, and we take a look at it. Well, guess what? It's not that bad looking, okay? What it does want to do, though, okay, this dollar still wants to go down further. We're at 79.84. This thing can actually get into the 78.66 level. It actually can go to 78.13, How it gets down there, now it's creeping down there with light volume. It's creeping down there, no doubt. But bottom line, coming down at lighter volume. We come back, we're going to line it up with the bonds. And right now, folks, bonds want to go higher. Dollar does want to go test that low. All of this is going to be taking place next 72 hours, folks. Wang, bang, boom. Up, down, all around. You stay right there. We're coming right back, folks.